Good morning and sliding in afternoon. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas, with Adventurous Stamping. And it's all about whether you keep it simple or step it up, right? So today we're going to be using the baby white technique with Seaside Wishes. And I'm going to show you how I get inspired, especially for today, all right? Because I'm in the middle of doing retreats, getting the adventure club out, as well as doing a live today. So never a dull moment, right? So let me show you what we do. Let's go down in the hands. That's what it's all about, right? So this is what inspired me, right? Because when you go look at the beach, I've been to the beach recently, and if you go look at anything online, anything beachy, there's all kind of variety colors, and it's just nice, fun stuff, right? So this is what inspired me today for the baby white. We're using the Seaside Wishes stamp set and the dies. And the dies actually is a hybrid is what they call it, because it has an embossing folder, and the embossing folder and the dies go together just like this, so that you can sit there and emboss and die cut at the same time. So I've already done mine in advance, and I would tell you I found it easier for me if I would sit there and just put it. So normally when we open this up and we're going to emboss, we would put our paper here and then we put this on top, right? I found for me it was easier if I just went ahead and put it up here so I could see where it was laying. And I just went ahead and put my cardstock here and then folded it down and then ran it through. But it is really cool to get something embossed and sit there and die cut simultaneously. All right, so let's show you what we got going here. So this is, I'm just going to show you this. We're going to do the baby white technique. And I'm just going to show you what I've already did, just playing around with the different colors. So you see the different colors. And then this right here. All right. So because we are doing different size starfish, here's the baby wipes. I don't have any particular brand. I just got whatever I needed, right? So when we go ahead and we're going to stamp right here, I sit there, you need to make sure, let me get my biggest star. So this is the biggest item I'm stamping is the actual star, okay? So when we go to do this, and I'll show you what I already did, and this is basically what we're going to do, is I've already done this here, right? So I'm going to show you how we did that. Now, I do have a blank piece of white paper here for two things. One, just to do some sampling and show you that how I die cut. And then second is what we're going to use as well. Because we're going to make two cards. We're going to do it simple, start off simple, and then we're going to step it up. And I'll show you how to step it up. So this is exciting because for club members, you're getting a peek of one of the things that we'll be doing at the last Thursday of the month here. When we get together, we're going to be using baby wipes. I can't say this will be exactly the same, but we're going to use the technique, right? Okay. So as we go up with the colors, it really, it's just you have to think about what do you want on your colors, right? So I started off with, I knew for sure the blue here, this is Coastal Cabana, and this is Zur Afternoon. Now keep in mind that when we put this on the baby white, it's going to spread out, it's going to sort of dilute as well too, all right? And you'll see that when we do some stamping. All right, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this right here, and I just sort of spread the dots out, right? That's the fun of it, is that you can do that. Do the same thing here. Now I got to make sure, like I said, that I sit there and can do it big enough for the starfish. So as we keep on adding some colors here, I'm going to throw in a little bit of brown. This is actually crumb cake. I say brown, but it's really a crumb cake. It's sort of a... Alright. So the main thing we want to do is, does our starfish fit? It does. Okay, because you need enough to stamp your starfish. So it's not like the ink pad, right? Where I can tap it 3 times in the same spot. All right, so here's like one right there, okay? So again, don't worry about the color or anything else, because that's what makes it all so unique, right? Is when you go and stamp different things on here, you're going to get different looks, okay? Now, I'm going to go and do some little ones while I'm at it too. And so I actually die cut mine out. You think you can hit the same spot? I couldn't even tell you if I was hitting the same spot or not. I just out of habit, right? I do it 3 times. But let's go here. Let me get a little bit more blue and green. Okay, so you can see there. Now at some point you'll have to redo ink, right? Because it'll get where, but you can see all the different colors. So nothing's exactly the same, right? We get all kind of different colors by doing that. And it's just fun colors, beachy looking colors. All right, so let me show you. Let me clean this off. Did I bring the cleaner with me? I don't think I did bring the cleaner with me. But I got baby wipes, right? But baby wipes are not going to clean them off as good as my other stuff there. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't, okay? So I wanted to show you that. Now we're going to sit up here and we're going to use this. We'll most likely have to re-ink it again on another one, but that's okay. So in this particular case, what we're going to start off with is I'm going to start off with a large sand dollar. So you get two sizes of sand dollars. You got a large and a medium-sized one. When you die cut, you have 3 different sizes. Here it is. So just keep that in mind, that you get 3 different things, okay? So I'm just put this on here. So we're going to do both. I'm going to start off with the big one first, and then we also have some smaller stuff. Just to show you where we're going, right? All right, so I'm not using the first one. I'm going to use the second stamp off, and let me find my little dauber here, because this is what else I did too. So I used a dauber as well too. So first I stamped off once, believe it or not, and then I used the dauber here, and it just came around the edges just a little bit, right? Not trying to give it a whole thing, just to give it a little look, right? All right, then I stamped. All right, that's what I'm going to get, and I've got a problem now because I didn't bring my cleaner up here. So I'm going to do something I would tell you not to do, and I'm only doing it because I don't have it with me. All right, and this time round, I'm going to not stick my hand in that. I'm going to change colors. I'm going to use a little bit of this Coastal Cabana. And again, I should have had my cleaner. I brought everything up here but my cleaner, which somebody robbed the other day because we're busy getting ready for the retreat, right? So somebody came and borrowed my stuff, and it's still where they have it because they haven't finished what they're doing. All right, so I'm going to take this one. I'm going to stamp it right off here off the side. And see how we just get a nice soft look there? All right. Okay, so we're going to go to the next size here, and I'm just going to put a couple of these on here. I'm not going to do the same thing as that, right? So I'm just going to stamp this, and then I'm just going to stamp. I'm going to stamp off, and I'm going to stamp. See if we can squeeze one in here somewhere else. Again, we stamp off, and I'm just going to get a little bit lighter color. All right, so then I need to close these up. I have visions of myself sticking my hand in these. Why? Because I have done it before. So yes, so I do have, so if you ever done kits, you get blocks every time you get a kit. So I do have a number of kit blocks. So yes, anytime you get a kit that's got a stamp set in it, they automatically give you a block. They don't do that with Paper Pumpkin, but they do that with kits. So if you ever wonder, or if you want some extra ones, that's how you get them. So that's all I did is I'm stamping off now, and I'm just filling in the gaps. As my daughter says, you got white space, and it's like, okay, I can solve that. Right? So we just put some in here, fill it up until we get tired of that right there. And I know if people don't want their privileges taken away, I know that they want to be quiet while they're doing gaming, right? Okay, so I have this part done right here. So one thing that I've added, and if you're live, you can help me give a choice or not. So I brought us 2 choices as background. All I've taken here is cardstock, and I've put this through, I call it the wave. It's called something else than that. But anyway, it's embossing. I just embossed the whole thing. So we have 2 options. We could either put this on here, or we could put it on this here. Now this is actually Coastal Cabana. In a minute, I'm going to show you what, when we go to do the next card, what it looks like when you use Pool Party. All right. So all I'm going to do with this here is I'm going to adhere this on here. And we're just going to use adhesive. So that was just simple stamping, right? We just did simple stamping. And before I do that, don't let me get away with this. Fixing to not do my baby wipe. So let's get some baby wipe on here, and let's see how it's going to look here. Because that's why I have my starfish here. Let's see if I still got ink or if I have to add more. Oh yeah, I still got ink. Yay. Should have some, right? But I was just double checking. So I'm just going to put several of these on here. Because I can, right? And we know we're going to put a tag, right? So I wouldn't want you to think we aren't going to put a tag. So we are going to put a tag. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get one so we have odd numbers. All right, because it didn't have to all be their whole, right? All right, I'm going to close this. And hopefully it'll keep it dry enough so we don't have to ink it up again. But if we have to ink it up again, we will. All right, so I'm just going to put this right here on top. See how that blends? And I'm just going to use adhesive here. All right, let's see. Just roll it across the hand and it'll stick. So then all we have left is put the tag. Now, I did use the sand dollar as a tag. See, it's really truly doing something like this, creating your own DSP, right? Which you can do anytime. So we're just doing simple stamping with this one. So I actually did this in this color here. And this is Coastal Cabana. And this is the Azure Afternoon. So I don't know what you think, but I really thought that I really liked the other color better, Coastal Cabana. And I'm going to show you a couple of seashells that I did. Not seashells, sand dollars. So I have it done in this color, which you can see is a little bit softer. And then I have it done in this color, which matches the cardstock. So let me know what you think, because all we're going to do is we're just going to put this right in the middle, right here, or toss it a little bit to the side, right, so you can see the sand dollar, just like this here. So it's just a matter if you want it light or dark, right? So to me, if you put, and this is actually Azure Afternoon, so just so you how much darker that is, and I didn't want to do that. So the two of these are just like a shade difference, right? This is, like I said, Coastal Cabana, and this is Pool Party. And it's just like one's a shade darker than the other. Don't worry, our new color, remember our new color, the summer something. Anyway, the new one, new colors is, it's like even a shade darker than this. So it's sort of interesting. So I'm just going to do this one right here for the moment. We're just going to put this up on dimensionals. And let's see what we think here. I brought this along because this is going to be used on something. And I don't think I'm going to use it on this one. I'm going to just keep this one simple. I'm going to save it most probably for the next card. So I am going to put this on dimensionals though. So let's do that. And then we'll just adhere it to the front of the card. So yeah, I have to get my bearings because I'm creating here for the live. I'm creating and die cutting and stuff downstairs with some helpers. Getting ready for the retreat, and like I said, the adventure club. And then we also had the free kit to go, so we're prepping too. So it's just all a bunch of different things, right? Exciting. I have to remember where I'm at, and I feel like I misplaced something. Well, I just misplaced myself by moving somewhere else, right? So that's all I did. And I'm just going to do this right here. So it's just nice and simple. And what would really go cool in here, and I'm just going to borrow this. Okay, I'm going to borrow this from my paper pumpkin. I would just put a couple of these. We actually have some pearls and flat pearls that go really good with this. Let's put this here. And we'll put another one right here. That's such a, that matches really nice. Alright, so we just got a simple card that we've done right here. And we're going to make text. Hello, Pat Hoover. If you love this, you're going to like what's in your Adventure Club kit. Whoop, whoop. All right, so that's one. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm not going to re-stamp that for you because I just showed you how to do that. I'm going to take this one right here, and we're going to add a layer. So again, I used a lighter color, right? This is Pool Party, and we're just going to adhere it right here. And I've already stamped. Now, so the only thing is, now these are both done on 4 by 5 1/4. And that's fine if I was just doing like I did a minute ago. I just have a single layer going on top of the cardstock, right? With it being a single layer. But now that I have it, we're going to have to size this down just a smidgen. All right, so we're going to put this up on dimensionals right here. But you can see, I'm going to have to size it down just a little bit. And you know what? Can I get you to do me a favor? Gabe? Gabe?
Yeah.
Could you go give me my paper trimmer?
Hold on.
Yeah, he's gonna get my paper trimmer because people took my other paper trimmer, so I don't have one at the moment.
No.
You know what? You'll just get that. You know what? Don't worry about it. I think I can just trim this. Yeah, I'll still need it. I was gonna say I need to trim this off. All right. So what we're gonna do on this one is we actually have some large starfish and some small starfish that we've already put up on bling and we already die cut. All right. So that's just gonna help it just give it a little bling. I was thinking I could just do this diagonally, but I still have to trim, right? So that's the only thing, and that's why I need a paper trimmer. People borrowed my paper trimmer and they didn't bring it back. Alright, he's gaming, so let me just take my scissors and we'll talk about gaming later. Alright, so let me go ahead and cut this off right here with my scissors since I don't have my paper trimmer. And I don't have a helper. Alright, I'm going to trim this off right here. Alright, I think that's pretty straight. So I do have choices. I can either put it on right here, which originally I was going to do that, but now I decided I'm just going to go ahead and do it just like this, where it's just off-centered a little bit. You can see this a little bit more, but I'm going to put it up on dimensionals. So yes, this is just a fun way to just do something different, especially right now. If you go and look at all the different beach stuff and beach clothing, I was just looking at something the other day. They did this with turtles and just did a variety of colors, including purple. So what do you think of that? Purple. Yep, all kind of blue, all different colors. If I can get the picture of it, I know I took a picture of it or a screenshot. I'll just show you, just so you can see the different ways they did it. Right? Because that's what we just get inspired by things around us. Alright, there we go, right there. And again, I've got this one here, and I have two of the lighter ones I did. Now I want you to see the detail. That is all detail. That is all raised up, all from the embossing folder and cutting at the same time. So again, we have choices. We can either use the darker color here, and which we're going to use this here, or we can go lighter. Oh, that was a little bit smaller. See, we can go lighter too. In this particular case, believe it or not, I really like the darker because I've got a lot of soft colors going on there. But let me know what you think, whether you like the darker one. Because all we're going to do is we're going to stamp this right here, and we're going to put it right up here next to it, and we'll have our starfish. And I can show you even here where I sat there and did this a darker color, like that there. And actually that does not look too bad because we got other colors to soften that up, right? And plus we got blue on the larger starfish. Let's go ahead and be different. I was saying, unless somebody said something else. Alright, so I'm going to take this right here. So I stamped right on top of this, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And I brought a pen just in case to show you what happens if you don't do it correctly, okay? Yes. So this is already embossed. Normally I would stamp and then emboss, but I didn't today because I wanted to show you how pretty it looked. And I'm just going to stamp across it. Now I'm just sort of mashing a little bit harder than normal just so I make sure it got all the way through, okay? And that's all I did. If that had not worked and everything, let's say, for example, that the O might have a smidge in there that you want to correct. I just take my writer pen and I just come in and lightly touch it. Okay? Just lightly touch it wherever you might need it, and the pen, you know, that's one of my one of my tools, tips that I use. Alright? Help you out so you don't have to stress over it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put this down. Now I'm going to put this down first with adhesive, and then we're going to put our starfish on here. Let's see, I see your comment. Oh, you like the darker? Good. Darker it is. Alright, so this one though, I'm going to put right on top of it. Normally I would not maybe have used this blue, but it matches so well with the starfish. I just left it, right? I don't really like everything centered. So this is just going to cross over right here. I'm going to make sure that blue is right next to it, okay? So you can see I could put more on here, especially the larger starfish. I didn't, but I could have, right? And I'm just going to make sure that blue is going to go right there. So you say it's just not the exact same, but it looks pretty darn close, right? And then we're going to come and we're just going to put these guys like around here and just give it some depth. And I was looking at this other one right here. I don't have, oh, I do have a dimensional on it. Yay. All right, let's put this one right here. Because if I sit there and went out of my way to sit there and die cut it and sit there, do all this, I want to be sure to use as much as I can. All right, these guys have to be scattered out a little more. That's like driving me crazy. All right, and then I got this one right here. So they're all different, right? So they're not exactly the same. They're all just a little different. There you go. Now, I thought maybe I would put this up here, but I don't think it's still going to work. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. You guys see me this week. I just had this out here and doodling with it. But I think I'm going to let it go this time. Let's go ahead and get some bling on here. Bling just always adds a little extra something, right? I don't want to put in the center. I was going to put in the center, but there we go. Yes, I did. I took this from my paper pumpkin. I do have some, the pearls, the flat pearls, as well as just the regular pearls. And there's a third type of pearls they got out there too. All those would go very good with this. All right, there you go. And let's add just a little bit of Wink of Stella, as we can, right? So I'm just gonna go and touch up my starfish. I don't know if you've ever touched a starfish at an aquarium or at the beach. I've done both. Tell you the one at the beach, I thought I was gonna add it to my seashell collection because I thought it was not alive. When I turned it over, you can see it barely moving. I added some fresh seawater to it, and it started moving more, so I threw it out into the water. So there we go. Just nice, fun, and simple using a technique with baby wipes. So I hope you enjoyed that, right? Because it's all about different ways that we can make things. Because no reason why I can't go out there and create and share. In this particular case, I didn't have a DSP particularly to go with this, so I went and created my own with baby wipe technique. So it's that easy to do. So I hope you enjoy that. If you do, be sure to support us by checking out our YouTube and following us there, and support us also on Instagram. With that, be blessed, and I look forward to seeing you next week with Adventurous Stampin'. Keep it simple or step it up. Bye.